Welcome in, everybody, to our next New York Giants sit-down. Super Bowl 59 is behind us, and the Carolina Panthers, Deshaun Watson, are the champs. They knock us out and go on and get a ring. But we are just one small step away from finishing our ultimate goal of getting a Super Bowl. We've got Russell Wilson here. Just need to keep this team together and put together a more complete championship team next year, I suppose. I think we can get it done. We are going to advance to the re-sign stage. I believe we are kind of able to keep this team together if we want. We have a ton of cap space, but we do have some players up, and we got to pay some guys. So Kenny Golladay did earn Superstar. He had a great chemistry with Russell Wilson. Pro Bowl type of season. Is 31 years old, but we are going to keep him here on a bit of a team-friendly contract. I think you would definitely get north of $15 million, kind of in that Allen Robinson ballpark. So we are going to pay him that. Just keep bumping this up. He's definitely going to take it. Keeping it realistic here. So 2 years, just over 30 mil for Kenny Golladay to stay as our number one. Not a lot of big receivers hit the market last year, so important to lock him up. I think Alex Kappa at guard, retaining him would be smart. Azeez Ojulari was really good, but asking for a boatload of money there. That's an absurd amount of money. It's that $26 million. He is the number 4 ranked outside linebacker. That is absurd. I don't think he's going to take that money. If that's really what he's asking for, I can't pay that. We're going to have to find a way to replace that. I do think we should keep Alex Kappa, because the right side of our offensive line is going to need to be replaced, and I'd rather not lose both of those. But the rest of these guys, we can definitely let go. I do like Lorenzo Carter, but we have some interesting pieces in that linebacker room that I kind of want to give an opportunity to. So let's look at those positions, offensive line and linebacker. Really no options, right? So we're gonna re-sign Kappa if he'll take a deal. But at linebacker, we got Rashawn Terry with 90 speed. We have Mike Wofford. Like, I'm going to let Lorenzo Carter go and see what these other kids can offer. Carter at 29 years old. Edge is definitely going to be a need, though. Maybe we resign Azeez. But we're going to have to fill that. Let's do Kappa here. I'm going to give him a little bit more so that he does take this money. That is quite a bit of money, but he's a stud. Oh, he's not interested in re-signing. We could franchise tag him for 14.5. I think we're going to do that. Use up that franchise tag. It's a little bit more expensive than I'd like, but it's better than risking losing him, which would be a terrible situation. So I think that's smart. Yeah, I think we're good to let the rest of these guys go. And let's advance. Now remember, we don't have a first round pick. It was part of the Russell Wilson trade. So that neuters what we can do in the draft a little bit. But, wow, Zach Martin hits the market, and we could have paid him about what Alex Kappa was going to make. Joel Bitonio hits the market. Man, I kind of wish we didn't franchise tag Kappa. We could have potentially upgraded there. This is a much better free agency class than we saw last year. Don't need running back. We know that. I'm going to make a one-year deal to Kari Blasingame to come back as a fullback for us, who did play a little bit. Scored a big touchdown in the playoffs. He's not crazy about that deal, but he doesn't have any other options. Wide receiver room is something we should look at here. I'm just going to kind of go position by position as we sort through our needs. We have Kenny Golladay back on a 2-year deal. Kadarius Toney has had his ups and downs, but he's a good number 2 option. But these guys, you know, Calvin Austin stepped up. I think we could upgrade there, but he did step up. I think we could potentially upgrade at wide receiver if it made sense financially. We do still have Evan Ingram around here. I think he's played well enough to hold on to that job. So at tackle is somewhere we should spend. And edge are kind of my 2 focuses, and then maybe we'll look at wide receiver. So let's go straight to tackle here. Garrett Bowles is available. Taylor Lewan's available. Jake Matthews. So there's already some good veteran options there. Charles Leno, Rob Havenstein, Trent Brown, Darrell Williams, who played for us last year. I think any of these options would work. It really doesn't matter too much. Trey Smith. Oh my God. Trey Smith's up to an 85 overall. That is tempting to take Trey Smith and move him to tackle. But 66 pass block finesse. I don't think we can do that. As tempting as that is. Brandon Sheriff. So you want to give it one more go at tackle on the back end of his career? He could certainly handle it. I think that might be the route I go here, guys. Brandon Scherf actually has experience playing tackle as opposed to Zach Martin. Zach Martin, man. Spencer, you might be talking me into it in the chat because Martin has played tackle in his career, and he played it pretty well for the Cowboys. Screw it. Making a move. We're going to give him 2 years at 34 years old. He is our favorite deal. And if we strike out there, we'll resort to one of these veterans. But that's the move. And then at edge, Jadeveon Clowney still has superstar. That could be a good band-aid as we lose Aziz. Aaron Donald, as tempting as that is, makes no sense for us. We already have good interior pieces. Whoa, Khalil Mack's available. That's got to be it right there. That has got to be it. So, man, J.C. Horn hits the market. Didn't work out in Carolina. I like our DBs. I don't think we need to address the secondary at all. We are going to go after Khalil Mack here. What does he think of this deal? Is that enough? No, it's not. We need to make some cap space so that we can afford Khalil Mack here. Is there any cuts that make sense? There's got to be some moves here. Brandon Foster off of practice squad, right? Let's cut this guy first. Foster had 94 speed. That's at least intriguing. Not a lot of obvious cuts here, honestly. Interesting. If we want to afford Khalil Mack, we might have to go a different direction than Brandon Scherf. Or a different direction than Zach Martin. Let's reverse order just a little bit here. Because there's less options at edge. I mean, we could go with like a Shaq Barrett instead, Chandler Jones. I just think Khalil Mack is the perfect fit. We'd have 2 pocket pushers with him and Jermaine Johnson. Man, good for you, Azeez Ojulari. He's going to get that payday. I just wonder if we can make this work, giving him what he wants at 34 years old. Just gonna bleed me up for this, aren't you? Okay, so now can we go back and still get Martin? What do you think about that? What? It says I have cap space right there. Give him the Von Miller deal. 6 years. Gosh, we are way behind on Zach Martin. Okay, we can't have both, guys. We can't have both. I don't know if Khalil Mack is worth it. He's down to 83 power moves, guys. He is not the same. I don't think he's worth, even though he has X Factor, I don't think he's worth that price tag. So let's focus on getting Zach Martin. I mean, he's asking for tackle money, so we're going to play him at tackle. Let's focus on that, and then let's go a little bit cheaper on the edge, maybe with Shaq Barrett instead. Let's give Shaq Barrett what he's looking for. 2 years, about 14 million. I think that's a good deal. He's a easier scheme replacement, about the same size as Azeez Ojulari. So I think that's a good compromise there. And then I really like the rest of our defense, honestly. Let's look at wide receiver. Keenan Allen would be fun, but he's getting offers. Rondale Moore would be a lot of fun. Diami Brown would be a ton of fun. Diami Brown's more of what we are kind of looking for here. And he wants a 3-year deal, so that's kind of team friendly if he works. We kind of need that Darius Slayton replacement a little bit. I think that could make a lot of sense. This is not the same Christian Watson that we know with the deep speed. This started before we knew how fast he really was. Terrace Marshall, we could try and kick the tires there. But I really think, so a lot of these kind of year 2 receivers are hitting the market here. But I really think that Diami Brown is the perfect fit for this offense. So we're gonna go there. And really that's all we're gonna spend. Hey, Andrew Insomniac with the tier 1 Prime sub. Thank you, my man. Appreciate it. So that is going to be our free agency wave. Close your eyes. Let's see if we can hammer these guys home. And timing was off. Ugh. It's taking so long. Damn it. Really, Diami? That's really unfortunate. That's what we call a whiff.
That's pitiful. I mean, it's absolutely pitiful.
All right. Well, back to the drawing board. No need to panic. Brandon Cooks is out there, 94 speed. We can pivot to that. That's perfectly fine. It's a good option. And then more realistic to play these guys at tackle anyway, right? So let's go to the top of the board with Garrett Bowles, right? Although I've always kind of been a Jake Matthews stan. Let's give Jake Matthews 2 years, 10 mil per year. Thank you, Nixter. Cleaning up the fools in the chat. All right, you better take that, Jake, or I'm going to be real mad. So with that, we could technically get Lorenzo Carter back if we really wanted. We could potentially spend at corner. Molden doesn't really fit our system. Shaquille Griffin would. Maddox would really fit our system. Tavere Thomas. So remember, we like a lot of press man coverage. Marcus Peters in the slot could be fun, but he's regressed. Maybe David Long? David Long would be a nice depth signing here. I'm just going to give him a 1-year deal as a fourth corner in case we have injuries. Shoot. Good eye by the Raiders for wanting him. He's a good player. Pretty slim pickings here with these corners. Keith Taylor, maybe? Yikes, he was fully developed in zone coverage. Marco Wilson. This guy's a freak. Let's sign Marco Wilson to a 2-year smaller contract here. With not a lot guaranteed. I'm in the red for available funds. Well, our ownership's just going to have to cough it up and deal with it. We could use some depth at safety. Nothing urgent, but a veteran option might be good, like Malik Hooker maybe. We're good at kicker with kicker of the year Matt Mullen, or at least Pro Bowler Matt Mullen. So I think that is good. We'll save that money for rookies and stuff. Probably not going to get all these guys. I should also confirm that Blassingame's not getting other offers. We can give him a little bit more. Come on, come play for the Giants. Yeah, Chris Long didn't take our offer. That's not a surprise. We get Jake Matthews. We get Malik Hooker. We've got 5th-year options here. Ikem Ekwonu. Absolutely want to pick that up. He's been a stud. Moving Ekwonu to guard, from guard to tackle also could have been an option for us that we didn't really consider, but we got Jake Matthews anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We also have one on Nakobe Dean, who I also would like to pick up. Good stuff. Thanks, EA. I want to take a look at scouting before I do our private workouts here. So I would say wide receiver, we could scout like some speed in this range. We've already kind of checked these guys out pretty heavily. So we could be drafting some speed there, but they're evaluated pretty well. We could get younger at tackle. Maybe like these 3 guys. We should get a better look at. Round 2 through 3 for those guys. I think that's the play. Those 3 left tackles are going to be our focus. Our focus players disappeared. We get to use the thanks EA button again. Thanks EA. Oh, yeah. All right. Back to free agency. We're still the top offers. Cooks is in the green. I think he'll take it. Come on. There it is. We got our guys. Sweet. So, just a look at the roster before we start the draft so everyone can get up to date on what the team's looking like. Could potentially draft a running back here. Wide receiver room's looking a lot better with Cooks there, but definitely a position we want to upgrade. Let's kick Matthews over to right. O-line's in good shape. Dion Peck had an outstanding rookie season for us. Excited to see him in year 2. Shaq Barrett on the squad now. Good replacement for Ajalari, who got absolutely paid. I do think Rashawn Terry's going to start for us. 90 speed over the middle there. More of a run and chase guy, but with mid-80s hit power. His zone is 67. He's not a horrible cover player. He is a very exciting player that I want to see what he can do. Cornerback room is just fine. Marco Wilson is a total freak who can run man coverage in our system if we need to count on him. Still only 26 years old. So really the defense is honestly filled out. It's going to be a pretty offensive heavy draft without that first round pick. So let's just get started. I definitely don't think we need to trade up. I think we'll just kind of let the board fall to us, and let's see how the first couple picks go, though. Daniel Burnett, a new quarterback for Miami. The Chargers have taken another first-round quarterback. We already had to fix this last year. Literally, what the hell? They have Herbert. They took a quarterback last year, and now they did it again? Thanks, EA. Thanks, EA. Thanks, EA. Thanks, EA. Garbage. Absolute garbage. I don't even want to see what happens anymore. I mean, I think at this point we have to trade Herbert. Like, we made an imaginary world where they didn't actually draft that quarterback last year. They kind of hypothetically traded out of that pick. But at this point, I think we have to go in and manually trade Herbert for them because it's just a joke at this point. Like, they have to be replacing Herbert. He's clearly not winning games for them, so that'll be the plan. To keep this realistic, of course. Let's make our pick. We only have 120 seconds on the clock. I am going to pause it. I'm looking at wide receiver and tackle here. So I just want speed. So I'm just going to scroll through kind of who we got with speed here. Definitely not you. Jeff Rushing. 448. He's got size at least. Not a whole lot of speed here, honestly. 6'5", 217, 4.5 speed, but that's not really what we want. Okay, Tremont Hughes, 80% scouted. He's got C release, B deep route. That's probably our leader in the clubhouse right now. Ooh. This guy's also pretty good looking. So let's... Who did we say? Tremont Hughes was our... Now he's a third to a fourth round projection. A lot of receivers haven't come off the board yet. What about these tackles? Maybe take one of these guys now and hope to get one of those speedy receivers later. Problem is we just haven't scouted these guys very much, but we should be able to make an educated guess. He has good pass block power, but a terrible run blocker. Our scouts seem to be pretty happy with this Isaac Stroud. He's 22, decent enough athlete. The bench reps are fine. We're going to go there. Normal dev. We'll see how good he is. Is our guy there at wide receiver? Uh-oh. Did he really go? Wow. We should have taken him. We screwed up. Well, that's unfortunate. Benji Clayton has D release, so we don't want him. This guy actually B release, A spectacular catch. He's 6'5". He does have 4.5 speed. Maybe we should go more for the Kenny Golladay replacement here. Mike Burns. That guy was probably a 75 with X Factor. I'm surprised he went. Let's look at running backs. I mean, pretty much a dart throw here. Cole Bailey. He's slow. Does have B break tackle. Joe Gilmore out of Oklahoma. White guy. Better athlete. division. But you know what? Let's gamble on some athleticism here. Yikes. Bad change of direction. We don't have a 4th round pick. Looking like we're not going to get a ton from this wide receiver, or from this draft class, guys. Sal Wiener. We gotta find some speed here in the 6th. Yeah, Brothy, not looking like a great draft. Okay, but we're taking this guy. 95 speed, 93 change of direction. He might be the best player we took. 6th round. Ron Burns is still there. We almost took him in the 2nd round. He just doesn't look very good. We could consider a backup quarterback if one of these guys stood out to us. But I don't see a lot of potential here. How about like an edge? Keon Weathersby. Oh god, he's slow. Honestly, I just maybe a corner. At this point, 7th round basically. Really can't count on getting anybody worth a damn. So let's just take Jarek Poindexter. Good block shedding, good athletic tools out of Buffalo. All right, I'll take that. Not lousy athleticism. And with the 29th pick, Ron Burns is still there. Woof. Percy Cruz. JD Thompson. How about 6'4", 21 years old? Oh my god, 4.6 speed? Yuck. This guy's like a tight end prospect. Let's take another running back and Cesar Guerrero. No. Not a 4.68 speed, we ain't. I don't know where to go with this pick, you guys. Everyone's trash. Should we just take Ron Burns? I mean, how bad could he be? He was a 2nd, 3rd round projection. Let's see how this class is. I do not think this is going to be our best work after we nailed last year's draft. Not a great looking class, honestly. Oh my gosh, garbage. Isaac Stroud, 61 overall. Mike Burns is 67. Now, he does have 77 release. He's 6'5". I don't think he's a total lost cause. If he could get a speed boost, he could be a good Kenny Golladay replacement. So I'm not going to rule that one out. Joe Gilmore. We'll see. He's got 86 trucking, is pretty good. He's got speed and acceleration, so that could be worse. Terrell Monroe isn't bad. No, okay. Okay. We got 95 speed here. I guess we knew the 95 speed, but I don't know why that got me re-excited. Okay. He's a piece. We got some speed. We got some size. It's not all bad. Poindexter is actually, that's not bad for a 6th round corner, and Ron Burns is just as good as the guy we took in the 2nd. But yeah, where did that wide receiver that we missed out go? I don't even know how to find him. That would have probably been 2nd. Let's see. What was his name? So he went in the 3rd. Was it Tremont Hughes? Is this who we were going to take? Yeah, he's good. Not hidden dev, but he's good. He would have been nice to have. 75 release, 70, 77 release, 78 deep. Man, we missed out on him for sure. Let's see how good Justin Herbert's replacement is. He's pretty good. Esteban Beltran. So we are going to have to interfere and give do a Justin Herbert trade here. It's too bad. Too bad we don't need a quarterback. Trade him or Andrew Luck him. Just retire him. That'd be interesting. Okay, who has the worst quarterback situation in the league? The Broncos ain't great, but you're not trading him interdivision. Oh, God. Speak of Andrew Luck. Oh, my God. Just a quarterback room of busts. Rosen, Eason, Mond. Okay, this is the move right here. We'll just go like this. I mean, they should take this, right? They won't even, they'll be over the cap if they do that. All right, let's get a player back. Let's get... You get Julian Blackmon back. All right. Rename him to Andrew Luck. Oh. All right, congrats to the Colts. They have Justin Herbert now. Finally got their franchise quarterback. As for us, we can take a peek at free agency. Maybe find a couple undrafted gems, considering our group wasn't much to speak of. Might be fun to pick up a running back. If we can afford one. Yeah, we got a little bit of cap space. Kylan Hill. I feel like Charbonnet's played well enough, though, that we don't need to do that. Our wide receiver room is deep enough. Not a whole lot of UDFA gems worth even entertaining here. This guy's pretty good. Keith Brewer. Pick him up. We need some edge help. Yeah, really just a lot of blah here. I think we're just going to roll with what we got. Really not a good draft class at all, honestly. But we can go ahead and get through the preseason here and into week 1. Man, we're running out of young talent options here. I think let's focus on that receiver we drafted. The big one, Mike Burns. And Larry Meeks. And why not Andrew Thomas? That's the core. So we can advance. Get to cut week. Cuts should be pretty easy this year. We got a wide receiver mentorship that may or may not work. I don't think Quincy Bynes is the guy we drafted. Or is he? Is my memory that bad? Bynes is not. Bynes has been on the roster. A lot of different receivers here. And they aren't all going to make the team. Okay, 13 cuts. Running back. I think Gilmore's got to make it. These two guys are going to go. Get the cut soundbite going here. A lot of wide receivers here. Gross we want to keep. Austin we want to keep. Man. Unfortunately, we got to make some tough calls here. I think these guys all got to go. We're going to keep Monroe and Burns, who we drafted. And I think Bynes, even though he got the mentorship, I think is going to go over Zach Gross. Hopefully we can keep him around in the practice squad, but that's still a pretty big receiver room. Roy Nelson. Snip, snip. A lot of trash at tackle. Burns was the 7th round pick, so we'll practice squad him. I think I'm going to just move Zach Davis here over to left guard and release that other guard we have. Beckwith. We really need another... We only have 7 offensive linemen, so we got to sign another O-lineman. We can't just have 7. So... Larry Borum? We should probably have 9, honestly. So let's go Larry Borum and Dylan Radunes. Some guys with positional... Oh, we can't quite afford Radunes. Royce Newman it is. Former Packer. We are going to practice squad U. We'll revisit that. We really have some garbage fillers on this team that we should fill out, honestly, so that our depth isn't just booty cheeks. But we'll cut you. And we're starting Terry. We want Wofford and Strickland, but Anthony can go. Ellerson Smith's still on roster here. That's a surprise. I just realized how bad Poindexter's coverage ability is. He was a 6th round pick. We're going to let him go. Cut Dexter Mays. And then we're going to cut Trayvon Sullivan. But I need to fill in one more edge piece here, because we have like no edge players. Jalen Cherry is not an edge player, so let's release him and see if we can sign anybody in this edge group. Trace Ford out of Oklahoma State. I don't think we can afford him. Oh, we can just afford him. Good run defender for... He's more of a middle linebacker, though. Preston Smith. Anthony Jennings would be fun. I liked him coming out of Alabama. Good, you know, we're not looking for a great pass rusher. We're looking for someone that can maybe defend the run a little bit better from that spot. Got some good upgrades. Matt Mullen, the GOAT. Let's wait to do upgrades until next week, until we do one more week of training. But that's the squad. So let's get into a big season here. We're going to stick with our same playage rules. 3 games, full play the moments, 3 games of our play the moments mini game. We can play week 18. Let's go dominating offense against Detroit. Do my team captains. Yep. We, honestly, it should be the same as last year. We didn't lose any of our captains, so we should be good there. Let's defend the run against Aaron Jones. So big thing I got to make sure I do this year is go half reps in practice after about week 9 so that we don't have Saquon tired by the end of the season. Let's throw it deep on Detroit. One thing I do need to do is take a look at our depth chart, make some decisions, some start-sit decisions. So we'll do upgrades first and then that. Kramer coming off a big year last year. Filling in for Xavier McKinney. We got a Penn State heavy backfield, or secondary rather, with him and Tariq Castro Fields. Russ has regressed a little bit, by the way, down to an 85 overall. So we got to get it done, man, before he drops off. I want to make Joe Gilmore RB3. I think I'm just going to straight up... We'll keep Tony as the second wide receiver for 11 personnel. Austin's played well. But I think I'll put Mike Burns as the 6th guy there. Tight end's good. O-line shouldn't be any questions. Sometimes they flip these guys around, though, unnecessarily. Definitely want Peck starting. He balled out last year. Definitely feel this team's window it's still there, but it's closing with some of these guys getting up there in age. This has got to be the year, so tensions are definitely high. We've had a lot of success, but we need to finish. Like, really, a lot of our better players are on the other side of 29. Returning kicks, let's definitely get Terrell Monroe back there next to Calvin Austin. Slot wide receiver, Kadarius Toney. When am I dropping my RB rankings? Probably over the next 48 hours or so, I would say. We shall see. I'm just finishing up the actual grades, and then I have a lot of pre-production stuff I got to do before those are ready, so... I would say, what is today? Tuesday? I would say Thursday is a decent bet for that. Let's put Marco Wilson as our second slot corner. All right. I know that offseason was not necessarily the most exciting offseason that we could have dreamed for, but you can't. Even teams on the precipice don't always have the most amazing off seasons. I think last year's was certainly better than this year's, but we still have the team to get this done. I just want to get a little look. We're going to do a play the moments mini game here against Detroit.